Hey everyone, it's Carissa here, and today I just have a simple and short practice. These are 3 poses that I do at the end of every single one of my days. So you're just going to need 2 blocks for this. You're going to start with a really nice back bend, placing 1 block on the medium setting, 1 block on the high setting. Make sure that the bottom edge of this block is at the bottom edge of the shoulder blades, so the very tips of the shoulder blades. And you really want to be precise about that placement. Otherwise, your block will be too low. The tendency is for the block to be lower because this is a part of the back that we don't naturally back bend from. It's the stiffest part of the back, but the part that we want open. And you're just going to settle down, and you can adjust the block underneath your head to a lower setting if you want more of a back bend. And as we rest here, I'm just going to give you guys a couple of different options with your arms here. So just begin to settle into the 2 blocks. And as you release the breath, you're going to release the body onto those blocks. And this is really good for the lungs. And I like to do this at the end of my day because inevitably, even though I'm trying to watch my form throughout my day, when I'm just doing daily tasks, inevitably I've spent a lot of time rounding over computer, rounding cooking, rounding when I'm driving, that sort of thing. And so it's really important at the end of the day to just take some time to put the lungs on the front side of the body and open up. You can definitely stay here with your arms by your sides. If you want a little bit more out of this pose, you can grab for opposite elbows and really make a ball and mitt fit so that the pointy part of the elbow fits right into the palms. And then reach your arms overhead and just take your biceps by your ears for a moment. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears so that you lengthen your trunk. You lengthen the right side and left side of the body. And then wrap the outer armpits in so you hollow the armpits. It's like you're trying to make cups out of them, and that'll protect the shoulder joint. And then once you have all of that, then maybe the arms start to come back behind your head towards the floor. And then you really want to work with the breath, especially the exhale breath that just sinks your torso and your head into the block. You might even get a nice little back crack. And then you can release and take the opposite elbows. So just make sure you even out and do both sides. Again, ball and mitt fit. Take your biceps just along your ears. Shrug the shoulders up towards your ears so you feel length on the right side and left side of your body. Wrap the outer armpits in so you make cups out of your armpits, and then start to work your arms back behind you if you would like. If this feels like it's too much on the shoulders, then just stay with the arms down by your sides, or maybe biceps right by your ears, and don't work any further. And then work with the breath to settle more onto the blocks. Good, and then gently release that. Take your arms down by your sides once again, and just rest here for a few more breaths. And just know that you can stay in any of these poses for a long time. So if you have 30 minutes of practice, you can spend much longer. If you only want to practice for 10 minutes, then obviously you do these poses for a little bit of a shorter time. And then when you're ready to move on, listen carefully. I don't want you to lift from your chest and strain your neck. Instead, I want you to roll to the right or to the left side so that elbow comes down. And then you're going to roll the side of your head on the block and then eventually press yourself all the way up and around. The second pose that we're going to be doing is for the kidneys. So it's a supported bridge pose. Plant the soles of your feet down and then walk them in and come up onto your tiptoes. I like to do 2 blocks on the lowest setting, right under the sacrum. You can do 2 blocks on high settings. You can do 1 block, all kinds of variations. And then once you find the sacrum, which is that triangular plate at the base of the spine or the top of the butt crack, and again, be super mindful of that placement. A way to check is drawing the knees in, and if the knees hang relatively well, there's not too much strain, then you've got the right spot. If you're really working at this, then adjust the blocks. And then you're just going to bring your feet down, open your arms, roll your shoulders underneath you so there's a little bit of a lift of the heart, and make sure that you're working your chin away from your chest. The kidneys are right at the low back, and on top of the kidneys sit the adrenals. So this is a really, really nice reset for the kidneys and for the adrenals, which have been working really, really, really hard all day. So this is a really great pose to do at the end of the day. And also, again, even though we're careful with form, there's a lot of dumping into the hips. There's a lot of heaviness, sitting heavy. So this is a nice flip, letting the hips be lifted so that there's space in the low back. And then you just settle into the weightiness of the breath. And these poses are really great, again, to do at the end of the day. And they can be done in any setting. So if you feel like you need to completely go in at the end of your day, turn off all of your electronics, light a candle or incense, set some music, great. Or if you get to the end of your day, you're watching Netflix or a movie with your family, also a really nice time to just lay around and do some poses and restore your body. A few more breaths here. Good. To come out of this pose, you're going to walk your feet in, come up onto tiptoes, and then listen carefully here. You're going to remove the blocks, but I want you to come down in a back bend so that your butt touches first and there's space in your low back. So touch your butt down first and then widen your feet out wide, knock your knees together to widen the sacrum. And then you might even just give a little rock of the legs side to side. All right, and then we're going to move to our last pose. So again, roll over to right or left side, come all the way up and around, and you're going to set yourself up for a forward fold. I like to take 2 blocks and place it in between my legs and stagger them so I have a place to rest my forehead but that my nose isn't squished. If you have a blanket or a towel, you can place it underneath your butt for a little bit of a lift so that you can find the proper fold. Keep the knees nice and bent. Flex the ankles so your toes point up, and then grab for the heels. So more towards the bottom of the foot than the top, and really make a nice fit of your hands around the heels of your feet. And then you're just going to rest your torso on your thighs and bring your forehead down to the block. So the bend of the knees is really, really important here. When the legs are straight and the spine is rounded, then that just puts pressure on the kidneys, which we've just reset in the previous pose. So really important for the knees to be bent, the ribs to be on the thighs, so we know that the kidneys are well organized. And this pose is all about going inward. It's this folding in on yourself. Going in, restoring the body, restoring your home. And again, you can spend as long as you want in these poses or as short. And either way will be some kind of relief for your body, some kind of restoration. So we'll just slip into a final minute of silence here, and I'll call us out when that minute is through. When you're ready to come out of this, again, you're going to find a back bend. So you're going to come up onto fingertips, Take a halfway lift and look forward. Keep that nice curve of the spine as you come all the way up, knees nice and bent. And that's your practice for you. 3 poses that I do at the end of every single night. Please give the video a like, a thumbs up button, and hit the subscribe for even more great content. We'll see you guys next time.